Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this mini series based on my tour, my solo tour around Tunisia. To all my Tunisian friends, I hope it does justice to your beautiful country, and to anybody else considering visiting Tunisia or doing a cycling tour in Tunisia, I hope it helps. Enjoy, subscribe, like, share. Hope you can watch all of them. Thank you.
Day 15 in the country, Sunday. What are we, 28th of April? Day 15 in the country, day 11 on the bike, headed out from Bani Matir campsite in Ain Draham to firstly Fernana for some breakfast about 10 kilometers from here, and then onwards to Jandouba. So Ain Draham to Jandouba was supposed to be one day, Jandouba to ElKef was supposed to be another day, but I've left camp really early. I feel fresh. I had a nice day in camp yesterday, plenty of sleep. So let's see, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if I've got good legs by lunchtime in Jandouba, then I think move on to ElKef, provided I can get some accommodation. But look at that, just turn after turn after turn of unspoiled mountain beauty all the way to the coast. Side of the lake is where I was camped yesterday. I'm on the other side of the lake now, climbing out of the valley towards Jandouba. Let's go. Descents scare me more than ascents. I'd rather be climbing all day, especially when you're on such a heavy bike with loose bits on it. I say loose bits, I mean I've tethered everything down and I check everything a couple of times a day, but you still think, gosh, someone gets stuck in them spokes. Oh, I'm gonna be flying. Oh, that was good, that was good. On the horizon, I'm presuming, is Fernana, but all it means to me is coffee and some breakfast. Oh, I do hope they've got some fataya or something. Fancy something proper unhealthy, oily, fried. Sunday morning in a sleepy town in the mountains of Tunisia. Cafe culture alive and well. All the cafes are full, and I go and make the decision of sitting in the first cafe I saw, the quietest one in town, and when I should have carried on and maybe sat in one of these. Ooh, looks like we've got a bit of a Sunday market boot sale going on here as well. Fernana Sunday market day. It's gorgeous. We're just on the main roundabout.
Take the next right, then turn right.
It's busy Sunday. That was Fernana High Street, a very busy high street actually. Sunday, what do you expect? But can't wait to just get out of this busyness and then back onto the open road towards Jandouba. But it's nice to see the market actually. I am scanning, right, bit of a bargain hunt to me, so I'm scanning constantly to see if there's anything I like. some of the best kit I've got on this trip is actually being bought from little free second-hand markets in Tunisia. So my waist bag, the hip bag, my backpack, the gilet that I just can't take off that contains all my essential items was actually bought from one of these second-hand markets in Tunisia. But right, looks like we're back on the road. See you in a bit. Video. So just on the road to Jandouba, and I bumped into Ibrahim. He had a puncture. We've sorted that out. He didn't have a working pump, but I now have company to Jandouba. He happens to be from Jandouba, so نركب إلى جندوبة إن شاء الله مع بعض. إن شاء الله. And just look at the views. مظاهر برشا جميل. جميل برشا. وأنت ديما تعيش في جندوبة؟ أصلا من جندوبة؟ وتدرس ولا تخدم؟ تخدم؟
الزوز.
Just look at that. I'm going to pan left. Look at that for a mountain descent. Controlled, not at all fast, but sweeping and long. Reminds me of a few I know in West Yorkshire. Just look at that. I've just gone a little ahead of Ibrahim because I'm not very comfortable 2x2. I'd rather be single and know where I am and be able to cut in, but look at that. Yes, now he tells me that it's a really easy route into Jandouba, but choppy from Jandouba to ElKef with 2 large climbs. Let's see, let's get to Jandouba and then worry about ElKef later. But look at this. This young one's braver than I am. I ain't going down at them speeds. 26 that I'm doing is quick enough, thank you very much. What a stretch of road. And I've got company, which is even better. That's why you should always stop for a stricken cyclist. He had a puncture, I stopped for him, we sorted it out, he didn't have a working pump. And now we're off to Jandouba together. Hopefully find a nice restaurant with some local knowledge from this lad here, Ibrahim. We'll have a nice munch. Always stop for a stricken cyclist. This is going to be a theme, I know, and I'm sorry if it's repetitive, but you've just got to trust his plan. I left camp this morning, looked at the map, I thought Jandouba it is. Whew. And despite people saying, well, nah, actually take another route, I thought I'm going to go Jandouba. And one good turn deserves another. I'm just coming out of Fernana, had a bit to drink, had my first coffee in 2 days. I'm chugging along nicely, and it's a good job this lad is wearing very visible cycling clothing, because he was in the bush on the opposite side trying to fix his bike. And I'm like, I can't leave a cyclist like that, so I thought, a nice opportunity for a chat. I couldn't see his water bottle, so I thought I'm going to go over, see if he's got water. As it turned out, he had a puncture and he didn't have a working pump. We sorted that out. I asked him what his name is, he says Ibrahim. I asked him where he lives, and it's Jandouba. I says, well, I happen to be going to Jandouba. He says, well, I'm going to turn around and go back with you then, I'll accompany you. So he says, right, I'll accompany you. He's on my shoulder, and I'm like, you know anywhere nice to eat? He says, yeah, let's go have lunch together. So we're going to head into Jandouba, about 4 kilometers from here. We're going to have lunch, and then he's like, where are you headed after? It's early. I said, ElKef. He says, well, you know what, it's a bit tricky, I'll come with you. It's really, really weird. You plan and he plans, and he's the best of planners. What a day, and what a company. Salam Ibrahim, salim alayhim. So now I've got company to ElKef, or at least part of the way until he thinks I'm safe. So here it is, entering Jinduba with Ibrahim. The north of the city, and it's quite a big city compared to the others that I've passed through, so yeah, just a nice lunch stop and then onwards, inshallah. From Ain Draham in the woods and mountains where you saw no one, to Fernana and the market there and the hub to now Jinduba, Selim. And a slightly quieter market, but beautiful nonetheless. And I'm following Ibrahim, who we met in the way. That's it. And hopefully he's showing me the way to a nice restaurant. Told him I want to try what's good in town, and he says the local barik from a guy called Ali is really famous. So we're gonna have la brique from Ali. Let's go. I'm just about ready for a bit of la brique. The sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray, and the wind has gone away away away, and the road is flat, and hopefully this should be an easy 40 miles. The sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. So these are the parts of the day when it's really challenging, when you've got the lows. So had lunch, Ibrahim was with me, he had a mechanical, had to go back, so I've been spinning uphill for the last 5 miles, and I've got another 20 to go. No coffee stops in between, it's just the open road, sun's beating down, low morale, but this is where you've got to just grit your teeth and carry on. It's nice to have company, it's nice when it's a flat road and morale is high, but this is when you've got to just grit your teeth. I'm trying to do, well, I am doing 2 days route in one. So I was going to go from Ain Draham to Jinduba, overnight in Jinduba, and then Jinduba to ElKef. But not much to see in Jinduba. I made a very early start. I also had an extra rest day, so let's make up that day, I thought. And yeah, it's tough, but I've got another 20 miles just to grit and bear it. Hope there's not too many hills. Right, update later. Worst part of the day. Batteries are dying, your legs are dying. You're wondering whether the Garmin will make it, whether the camera will make it, more importantly whether you'll make it. That's when you grit your teeth and carry on. Look at the view. Just on the outskirts of ElKef, we've got about 11 kilometers left. And if the rest of the road is like this, chew this up in no time, hopefully. No lumps, please. I've done my elevation for the day. My legs are gone. 3,000 feet is enough for me in this heat. Right, Zafrana in and out. I only just saw the inn sign and we're out. ElKef, Sus, Kairouan, Siliana. All sounds good. Kairouan inshallah tomorrow. So Tunisian food series, we got shorba, salad, وهذا كسكسي الكيف مخصوص الكيف. وشنو هو فيه يعني مخصوص بالكيف؟
لحظة سأريك.
وشنو هذا؟ What's this? يعني this is the couscous speciality for الكيف, and we got إيهاب.
مخصوص بعض النباتات اللي يواجد في مدينة الكيف.
خاطر نباتات مخصوص.
بس في أنواع أنواع. هذا الكسكس التقليدي وفيه برزقان في الربيع.
فاهم.
هذا الكسكس طريقة التحضير بتاعه بالخضار.
Fine. And we've got the Ihab and Shisabir as well. Right, let's enjoy. So we got soup, shorba, salad, bread as usual, and couscousi al-kifi.